Coming up on the Paper Talk today, we'll be talking about a crazy game, getting some of the reaction from the manager. The fans, what do you think about it as well? Get involved in the comments and let me know what you think about what was one of the maddest games I've seen at Old Trafford for a long time. Let's get into it. Jay here for Stretford Paddock. This is the Paper Talk. As you can see, I'm outside Old Trafford and it's a little bit cold. You might need your parkas. Loads of stories to get through, a lot of them just focusing on what has been described, and rightly so, as a crazy game last night here at Old Trafford. Look, it's disappointing, and I think Ruben Amorim in his post-match press conference said he was disappointed. It's disappointing to drop points at home again. It's the third successive game at Old Trafford we have dropped points, and it's another game where we were leading. I think we should have wrapped that game up in the first half, which Ruben Amorim said. He said it wasn't just about the whole game. He said that game should have been done and dusted after the first half. United had ample opportunity to be 2, 3, maybe even 4 goals ahead. Didn't take our chances, and obviously the game panned out the way it did. But at the very least, it was entertaining. It was a very entertaining game, and also we saw a bit of fight from Manchester United, and we saw Manchester United going for it. Now look, I'm never going to be happy seeing Manchester United draw at home to Bournemouth. I'm certainly not going to be happy when we had the lead, and we should have won that game. I think we had the lead twice. That isn't good enough, and that isn't acceptable. But there were some signs Manchester United are doing better. There were some signs that United are Ruben Amorim maybe getting what this is about, what we should be doing. We should be going for it. And at one point last night, I think we were 4-4-2 was the formation. It even looked like 4-2-4. I was in absolute heaven when that happened. It reminded me of the good old, 93-94 season. But we need to be better defensively, and Ruben Amorim has admitted that. He's spoken about that. Some of the goals we conceded just weren't acceptable on any level, and it's costing us. It's costing us points. I think we've conceded 26 goals now, is it, in 16 games? You can't carry on like that. We've had one clean sheet all season. One. How has that happened? I mean, if you're going to keep conceding goals, I know it's like a proper obvious statement, but you're going to struggle to win matches. And Manchester United, if you want more stats, I think we've dropped 11 points now from winning positions. That could have put us top of the league if we'd have if we'd have won all those games. I think we dropped points against Spurs, against Forest, against West Ham, against obviously against Bournemouth as well. I mean, yes, you could argue, well, other teams could say that too, that maybe drop points. But if we were better defensively, this season could be so different. We could be right in the mix for the Champions League spots. I know we're sort of within touching distance anyway, but we could actually be within touching distance or right at the top of the league. And then the narrative, the conversation will be totally different, and we won't feel like every game is a sort of on the precipice of disaster. If we lose this game, then the manager's going to be under more pressure and the players aren't good enough, all the rest of it. We need to get away from that, and if we manage to be better defensively, we would be getting away from it, because yes, we should be taking our chances as well. I don't think just because we scored 4 goals that we took enough of our chances, but defensively is where the real issues lie, and that's what Ruben Amorim said. He also spoke, Ruben Amorim, after the game about what the fans want to see, about entertaining the fans, and that happened last night, and about I think that's what I was sort of moaning about a lot over the last few games at Old Trafford. It's almost become a chore to watch Manchester United. The Everton game rattled me, I'm not going to deny that. Everton going down to 10 men, and the way United performed, it just wasn't good enough. West Ham wasn't much better, and you just think, come on, man, is this what we're about at Manchester United? Just boring football and defensive, being more defensive, and just not really getting at teams. And last night felt a little bit more like Manchester United of old. There's still issues there. I'm not going to get the bunning out because we drew with Bournemouth, but you can see what the manager wants from this team, and then see what the fans want from this team, and that's what we saw a little bit of last night. Hopefully that will continue. I just don't have a sort of a Louis van Gaal at Leicester situation. Remember when we lost 5-3? Louis van Gaal was like, right, that's it, we're just going to go defensive and possession-based football for the rest of my time at Old Trafford. I hope Ruben Amorim looks at what worked last night going forward and goes, look, that's more what Manchester United should be about. Let's get at him, let's attack, and let's try and win football matches. And I think if we try and win football matches like that, the fans will stomach it a lot more than if you're dropping points by just being a bit too defensive and then conceding goals. So yeah, some positive signs there. Get involved in the chat in the comments. Let me know what you think. Are you sort of disappointed? Are you annoyed? Are you angry? Do you see that there's a little bit to be positive about, and it's a little bit better last night than it has been over the past few weeks here at Old Trafford? I know it's been a low bar, but it's a little bit better. One disappointing aspect of last night is Casemiro was suspended for the Villa game. He got, I think it's his 5th yellow card, so he's suspended for that game. We're already going to miss Brian Mbeumo, Ahmad, and obviously Mazraoui for the AFCON, so that's 4 key players. We don't know whether Matthijs de Ligt is going to be back. I think we miss him. Benjamin Sesko came off the bench. I thought he did well last night. He looks like he could be fit for that game, so that's a massive positive. But yeah, we are going to miss key players for that game against a very good Aston Villa side as well. So that is going to be a tough one for Ruben Amorim to solve. It's a problem he's got to solve. I'm going to have to look at our squad and look at who can step up there, step into the squad, because some of those players, I thought Ahmad did well last night, and Bumo's not been quite at the races, I think, over the last few weeks, but on the whole, he's done well since he came into Manchester United. Mazraoui's Mr. Reliable, innit? And Casemiro is a key part of this team now, and missing him is going to be a bit of a blow. I thought Kobbie Mainoo did well when he came on last night. It was a good cameo from Kobbie Mainoo, and you'd expect him maybe to be in that mix. Probably should start at Aston Villa with Casemiro missing. It just saddens me that the talk this morning about Kobbie Mainoo isn't just about his performance, it's about his brother wearing a free Kobbie Mainoo t-shirt. I'm sure you've seen it all over social media. His brother posted it on Instagram. Brother Jordan, who used to be in Love Island, he posted it on Instagram. It's now doing the rounds in the media as well. I think BBC, other outlets have picked up on it. It's become a talking point, and we can just do without it. Listen, I get you're trying to stick up for your brother, or you're annoyed that your brother isn't getting as many minutes as he should do. I think Kobbie Mainoo should be playing more for Manchester United. I'm not his brother, obviously, but I think he should be playing more for Manchester United. But I don't think wearing a t-shirt like that and posting it on social media helps. I don't think it helps his cause. I don't think Ruben Amorim's going to see that and go, you know what? That t-shirt's right. I should free Kobbie Mainoo. Let's pick him. He's not. It's just going to give you this impression that it's problematic with Kobbie Mainoo. I don't think that's fair, because I don't think Kobbie Mainoo is a problematic person. I don't think he is. I don't think there's any questions about his mindset or his attitude. I think he just gets on with it. And I think from what we've heard from journalists as well, is even when he hasn't been getting picked, he's been getting on with it in training. He's been working hard. He's been trying to get himself back into the team. And let's not forget, this isn't a Marcus Rashford or Alejandro Garnacho situation where Kobbie Mainoo's been dropped from the squad or the manager that hasn't turned to him. The manager obviously still values him somewhat because he's bringing him on in football matches. He just doesn't value him enough to start him, and that's a disappointing aspect. Now, listen, if one of my siblings or one of my kids played for Manchester United, I'd be insufferable. I would. I'd be posting all sorts, and I probably couldn't do this job because I'd be so biased I'd make MUTV look objective. But it doesn't help him. I think things like that, it doesn't help him, and it feels slightly performative. It feels making it more about you and trying to go viral on social media rather than trying to help your brother. That's my take on it anyway. I don't think it's helping Kobbie Mainoo. I don't think we need things like that. We've seen it with Alejandro Garnacho's brother, who became a talking point. Why? Why did Alejandro Garnacho's brother become such a big issue at Manchester United? It's ridiculous, but he did. And this is what's happening this is what's in danger of happening with Kobbie Mainoo. So yeah, I think we need to knock that on the head. Focus on Kobbie Mainoo getting himself back in the team. There's an opportunity in the Villa game. The manager seems like he's a little bit more adaptable in terms of what he's going to do tactically as well. I know it's only small glimpses here, but there could be a place for Kobbie Mainoo in this Manchester United side, and I think there should be. And I don't think that wearing t-shirts like that and posting it on social media is going to facilitate that or make it happen any quicker. I think Kobbie Mainoo's performances, and more performances like what we're seeing last night, will help in that situation. Just a quick one as well on a couple of transfer stories. Antoine Semenyo obviously did very well last night, even though he probably should have got a red card for putting his hands up to Diogo Dalot's neck. I thought that was a red card when Casemiro did it, but apparently not if someone does it to Diogo Dalot. He did well anyway, didn't he? Obviously, causing us all sorts of problems getting on the score sheet as well. He's been linked with Manchester United. The manager spoke about it, just about him being a special player. I don't think Manchester United are going to go for him in January. Keep an eye on it is the best I can say. Also been linked with Tyler Adams, another one to keep an eye on him, seen as a cheaper option than some of the other players we've been linked with. However, I didn't really get to see much of him last night. He came off after, was it 5 minutes he came off after last night? I can't remember, it was quite soon anyway. But yeah, one to keep an eye on, but keep an eye on both of those. Tyler Adams feels like more likely, but I don't know. There's going to be a lot of transfer rumours. The common sort of thinking is that Manchester United might not even do that much business in January. It is the summer where we are expected to go big, but maybe that depends on what happens in the next few weeks. We'll have to keep an eye on it, because obviously we're missing key players too, which doesn't help. Just on the social media thing, I mentioned it earlier with Kobbie Mainoo's brother, we're going to be talking a little bit more about what's gone on in terms of Harry Hamas and Chido Obi. The manager's comments in the press conference the other day, which didn't go down too well when he was sort of criticising some of the academy players. We're going to have Finn on, so we're going to be getting into that on another video. So make sure you are hitting like, share and subscribe to check that out. Check out the merch as well that we've got on offer. There's a link in the description. I've been Jay Motty. This has been the Paper Talk outside a pretty cold Old Trafford. Thanks for watching.